Welcome to the XTgamer Awards. For the 8th time, you voted for the best games of the year, and we're presenting the winners. Francesco is here with me. Thank you for coming.
Guys. Thank you, Pat. Good to be here.
Yeah, we have 18 categories, including a game of the year, which will be unveiled right at the end, of course. And yeah, maybe we can start with the first category already, if you're ready.
Let's go, yes.
So the first category is Best Story in a Game. Let's check out the nominees and the winner. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok by Sony Santa Monica Studio and Sony Interactive Entertainment. Not a big surprise.
There's a lot of preferences for God of War Ragnarok, so there wasn't a real competition for our voters.
Nope.
I guess they really enjoyed the latest tale of Kratos and the Trails. It's a pretty good game, so I can see why.
Yeah, personally, I haven't played it yet. Have you played it? Have you tried it out?
No, not yet. I have to still play it. Eventually, when I probably get a PS5 eventually. Because for now I'm waiting. I know it's on PS4 too, but I'm still waiting for the PS5.
You want to play the best version, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So I have still a lot of things to play, so I can afford to wait, thankfully. But yeah, it is one of the games I look forward to most play.
Yeah, me too. Once I finished God of War 2018, which you probably already beat, right?
Yeah. A while ago.
Let's go to the next category, most immersive game world. And yet again, God of War Ragnarok. Surprise,
this one
surprise.
was a bit more of a challenge.
Definitely. Stray and...
I was expecting Elden Ring to win.
Elden Ring, yeah, gave a good competition there.
It was a good competition, yeah. Even Stray was a real challenge, for what I see.
Yeah, Stray is very immersive.
This year.
Lots of good games, definitely. Far Changing Tides, another great game. You should check it out if you're subscribed to Game Pass on Xbox or on PC. And yeah, looking forward to diving into that game world at some point. Our backlogs are huge, of course.
Yeah. Lots of games this year and the latest year too.
So the next category, we don't have God of War Ragnarok as a nominee, so...
The winner should be different.
A different winner. Let's check it out. Yeah, Dorfromantik by Tucana Interactive is a most creative game idea this year. I haven't
guess a
played
lot
it
of people-
myself, but have you checked it out?
No, it's one of those games I still need to check out. A lot of games I actually, for me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's basically
But
like
it did
a
look very interesting. I can see why our voters decided to reward this one.
like a virtual board game, maybe.
Yeah, which is
Tile-based.
puzzle village thing.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Immortality was also a pretty good idea. I think it's a solid game, probably one of the best of this year actually.
Yeah,
But I guess it wasn't that creative compared to Romantic,
yeah, that's true.
which makes sense.
Yeah, because Immortality is kind of like the previous games of the of Sambalo, like Her Story, real life footage, and you
It's
skip through it.
creative in a narrative standpoint, but maybe not in a
Right, because there are
gameplay.
different layers, and we don't want to give out too much. But
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit too loud there. Maybe now it's better. All right, yeah, that's the most creative game this year. Congrats to Tucana Interactive, and let's check out the best visual design. God of War again, we will see.
Let's see if it wins again or if we have a surprise.
Yeah, Horizon Forbidden West. Wow,
An overwhelming success for Horizon Forbidden West design.
definitely. And on second place, tied Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok. Those two games are to look out for. They're also nominees for Best Game of the Year.
Horizon definitely has an impressive art style.
Yeah, and especially on PS5 also, the depth of the game world is pretty
Yeah. With
Pretty
all
detailed.
the
the
forest and
underwater world.
rivers.
Yeah,
There's a lot of details, really characteristic details. Like it's visually, honestly, spectacular. So it's God of War, but I think in visual design, like with details, maybe Horizon does have the edge. So I can understand why our voters decided to vote the Aloy's Adventure. I personally also enjoyed a lot Pentiment for visuals.
yeah, very nice
Way more
outside.
particular, but I guess it's still
From a
But,
technical standpoint, it's not that
yeah,
outstanding. Yeah,
maybe it's less impressive. Yeah, it's
Right.
more of a creative visual than outstanding achievement, so to speak.
Yep. Another game of my backlog, Pentiment, of course.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out the best soundtrack of the year. And yet again, God of War Ragnarok. With overwhelming
Again,
success again.
overwhelming
45%. Metal Hellsinger was pretty good as well, with 31%.
There's a lot of metal music, so
A lot of metal fans in our community.
yeah. Pokemon may have its issues, but it does have a solid soundtrack.
Yeah.
Is one of those redeeming qualities the game has. So, Xenoblade doesn't need any introduction. It has once again amazing soundtracks.
And Sonic
Every Xenoblade game does.
Sorry.
I'm playing
Sure.
Sonic Frontiers, and I can already tell you it also has one of the best soundtracks in a Sonic
Yeah.
game. Honestly,
It's very
Especially the
different.
boss fights. I won't spoil
Yeah.
them, but it's very hype the way they play the songs. So.
Yeah, when you roam the world, the overworld, it's actually quite different to previous Sonic games. It's a more dark,
Yeah.
sinister soundtrack, right?
Yeah, in the open world, it's kind of more bleak or more mystic, so to speak. But during the boss fights, they go all out.
So it's classic Sonic
And
again
it-
then.
Pretty much. Maybe even harder than usual Sonic, because it has this sort of metal OST aura about it.
Again, metal.
Pretty much, yeah.
I didn't spoil anything there. Accidentally, I might have
Oops.
skipped a slide, but let's check it out anyway. Who won the next category? Best game on the go. I wonder who won it.
Pretend you didn't see that.
You didn't see anything. Yeah, we were already talking about the latest Pokemon game. And there we go. Pokemon Legends Arceus won with 36%. It's quite close with Kirby and Octopath Traveler. I think that's the iOS and Android game.
Yeah, this is the mobile game. Then we also have Diablo Immortal, which is also... it's also on PC, but it's mostly a mobile game.
Right. And Soccer Story, which is on Switch and on PC. I'm not sure if it's on any other platform.
I guess you could play technically with Steam Deck too, if you count PC.
Right.
Or with Cloud Game Pass, with K-pop Cloud, since it's on Game Pass. So yeah, it also counts. But yeah, I'm personally glad Legends Arceus won, because it's basically the game that made me think, okay, there's hope for Pokemon games again. I didn't have that much fun time with Pokemon since Generation 5, so to speak. So I'm really glad, and I think it also fits perfectly on the go compared to other titles, since it's less static. It's more on the go, literally.
Yeah, we decided
That
to nominate Pokemon Legends Arceus because it's a better game than Violet and Scarlet.
Yeah, I agree. Scarlet and Violet has an impressive open world, even though it's technically flawed, but they still had way more fun with Legends Arceus. I think overall it's just a better game.
Yeah, let's see if we get 2 or 3 Pokemon games a year now. Let's see next year. Then.
And it works best on the go too, personally, compared to Scarlet and Violet. So
Yeah, and it's called Pokemon Legends, so we will probably see another one in the near future. I could imagine.
maybe, let's hope.
Yeah. Okay, this time we'll try not to spoil the next category, which is Best Multiplayer. Yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 with 40% of the votes. Again, the second place is tied between Splatoon 3 and TMNT Shredder's Revenge. And Evil Dead the game, and then, or first Multiverses, then Evil Dead the game. I was expecting Multiverses to be at least on 2, but I guess fighting games aren't as popular as FPS games.
And to be honest, Multiversus sort of fell off popularity, so that also did that. But yeah, fighting games are always a niche, and Call of Duty, I mean, it's Call of Duty, you don't really need to say much about it. It works in multiplayer.
Right. And they're going new ways with the raid modes. So they're actually trying new stuff in the multiplayer as well, not just the old modes.
Yeah. Shredder's Revenge is an impressive 6-player co-op for its online, and it's also fun. So
Yeah, I think we have a complete Let's Play on the channel. You can check that out.
yeah,
We also played
And-
Evil Dead the game, which is not quite, or was when it was released and we played it, was not quite bug free. But yeah,
they're working on it.
I think a lot of people grabbed it when it was free on Epic Games as well.
Yeah, it was very popular. I mean, on the Epic Store.
And from one Call of Duty to the next, Best Game as a Service, is it also Call of Duty Modern Warfare, not Modern Warfare, Warzone 2.0? Let's see.
Let's check it out.
Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, surprising there a bit.
deserved.
Yep. Again, a tie on the second place. We will always have that, I guess.
There was a tie between Warzone 2 and Fortnite,
Right?
and then
Overwatch
only
2.
behind Overwatch 2
And again, multiverses.
But yes, Final Fantasy 14 definitely deserves a spot, as it's probably the most popular MMO on the market right now.
And the oldest game
And
nominated.
yeah, yeah. But it keeps being supported and it keeps being played a lot, keeps gaining new players because that's a great community service. So
Yeah, I think last year there was quite a big content update.
yeah.
And I'm not sure about the release plan. I guess Isaac could tell us if he was here. He's playing it a lot.
Yeah. I'm not an expert on FF14, but I can tell you they keep working on supporting it. So
Great. Yeah, congrats to
definitely
Square
deserves this
Enix.
spot.
Let's check out the first genre category, which is Best Action Adventure.
Hmm.
Will we have God of War again? We will see. And again, God of War Ragnarok.
Well, given how the previous votes went, I'm not really surprised about the winner.
Oh, hey, look, there's a tie on the second place with 18.2%. Weirdly specific.
Horizon and Stray, yeah, makes sense.
Great
given
games,
our
yep.
previous one.
Lego Star Wars The
Bayonetta
Skywalker
3.
Saga is also a great game.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, not many votes there, but pretty hard competition
Is-
there. You can play all of the Star Wars movies in that game, so that's pretty great.
yeah, and it manages to make even the sequel trilogy like it is a good trilogy,
Yep.
which is honestly surprising. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun and deserves a spot.
But the winner
It's also
deservedly
Game Pass
is
now, so you can play it for free.
right. Yeah, recently added. As you can also check out in our other segment called Subwatch, where we have a monthly format to check out the new subscription games. But God of War Ragnarok, which is currently not part of any subscription, and thinking of PlayStation Plus, it will probably be added in 2026 or something. But deservedly the best action adventure. But we have a couple of other genres there. So let's check out the best FPS, the best first-person shooter. be. Here we have it, Metal Hellsinger, a very close competition with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 again.
I guess the metal soundtrack made difference in the end.
The metalheads again prevailed. Yeah, quite a...
White was also one of the surprises of this year. So.
And Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, I didn't even realize that came out this year. That's...
Yeah, it was sort of a sleeper hit, right?
Yep.
Like it came out, but it was also more pleasant than we thought.
I guess it didn't have as much marketing as the Borderlands games.
Yeah, I don't think they marketed very well, but for anyone who played it, it was actually a pretty good game.
Yeah.
So.
Let's check out the best RPG or role-playing game. And with 50%, it's Elden Ring.
Not surprising. I mean, it's Elden Ring.
Yep.
Right. If any game had to win this year, it was Elden Ring.
Or Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. I can still not explain how that actually was nominated by us. I don't know who voted for it, but I will find out.
Chaos. It was all for chaos.
It must be chaos.
We need to cure chaos.
Yeah, played that one quite a bit with Isaac, but I really couldn't enjoy it, especially because of the weird story. But yeah, the game underneath was fine, but the story ruined it for me, kind of. Even though it has a lot of meme potential, which also died off quite quickly, actually, after the release. But yeah,
it's pretty much good for the memes.
Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. You're a big Fire Emblem fan. Have you played it?
Yeah, I did play it a lot. I like that it's basically an alternate story in the Three Houses universe. Since you're not actually playing as Violet, but Violet is also another character.
Oh, okay.
You're a different protagonist this time. And it lets you see how things may have turned out differently had Violet not joined as a teacher. So pretty cool. You also see some different designs, and it's a Warriors game, so I mean, the Warriors games are very fun with lots of enemies to kill. But it's very deep. It's more deep than I expected.
Great. Yeah, Musou games are quite popular. I don't know what the next one is, but probably Dynasty Warriors 15.
I guess they'll probably make a Dynasty Warriors, or if they make a crossover.
Right.
I don't think they announced any new ones yet. They did say they wanted to work with Nintendo again, I think, but we don't know if anyone will come up to it.
Maybe a Mario Warriors game?
Maybe a Mario Warriors. Or a Smash Warriors, I hope so, but
that would be
very unlikely.
Yeah. Here's hoping. So the next genre is Best Adventure. Let's check that out. Return to Monkey Island with 45.5% in front of Shin-chan, me and the professor on summer vacation, which is probably the longest title we have in this award show.
Yeah, let's just call it Shin-chan, I guess, for convenience sake.
Right. Another game on my backlog that I have to play.
It was a surprise hit. It's a game.
Yeah.
But the most important news about this is Monkey Island is back.
Yes.
I guess for the final time, but it's still back. That's all we care about.
Yeah, congratulations to Terrible Toy Box, I think is the name of the developer. Interesting name.
Interesting name indeed, but congrats.
Yeah, I still need to play the first and second one properly, then to play Return to Monkey Island. Yeah,
You need to play them now.
I do. Are they kind of rusty now, or can you still play them? Or are there any remakes?
I guess they can't show their age nowadays. So, but I mean, if you're a fan of all the adventure graphics games,
Yeah, sure.
it's still pretty fun.
Especially the
But you
instant
have to
battle.
remember, it's a game of its time, so
Right.
expect some rustiness, I suppose.
Yeah, and Pentiment with 13.6% on the third place, tied with Immortality. Another two great games. Great year for adventure players.
Pretty much. Adventure games are making a resurgence, and I couldn't be any more happier about it.
And there are also a lot more that we could nominate, of course.
Alas, this is the destiny of 2022 games.
Okay, let's check out the best racing and sports game. Gran Turismo 7, a clear-cut victory for Polyphony Digital and Sony Interactive Entertainment with 50% of the votes. And then we have a surprise hit for me, a Nintendo Switch Sports. Didn't know that was that popular. I think Wii Sports was very popular. Okay.
Yeah, and Nintendo Switch Sports is probably pretty popular too. I guess Wii Sports was one of a kind since it was also included with the Wii.
Right.
And it's probably the main reason the Wii has such overwhelming success. But Nintendo Switch Sports is also doing pretty well, and I tried it with a friend, which actually bought it, and I can confirm it's still fun as Wii Sports. So
yeah,
I can see why it's popular.
Definitely. F122 also a great game that may be in my top 5 games. We will unveil them later on. And Football Manager 2023 is a game I think you reviewed or sort of reviewed in our Subwatch.
Yeah, I did review it. I mean, it's still a Football Manager. I appreciated some of the changes. There's some things that still need to be fixed, some other flaws, so to speak. But I mean, it's still one of those games you can never stop playing once you start. So.
Yeah, that's not something I experienced with the actual winner, Gran Turismo 7. We did play it quite a lot, or some of it in multiplayer, and I played the whole game through when it launched. But then after the fact, it wasn't just that engaging. Now they're adding new cars all the time.
Yeah. Personally, I didn't appreciate how they handled the whole buy cars mechanics. It seemed a bit too greedy, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely. They changed that also later on.
And that kind of put me off the game, but for what it was fun. I guess not really a simulation, it's more of an arcade game, even if they call it simulation.
Yeah.
But I can see why people like it. I mean, it has this charm about it, and it's really a well-detailed guide on the history of cars still. So
yeah, it's a celebration of cars, basically.
Yeah, it's still very unique,
motorsports,
even with its flaws. So I can definitely understand why players may still love it, even with its bit of flaws, because there's no other games like it.
Yeah,
simply.
Even Forza, which is probably the biggest rival, can't quite match that level of detail.
Pretty much. I think Forza is a better game, gameplay-wise, but presentation-wise, Gran Turismo has the edge, and that's what may drive people overall. Drive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Great pun. Let's get to the best pun. Oh no, the best platformer. Get a little skip there, so let's try that again for best platformer. Kirby and the Forgotten Land with a whopping 45% of the votes. I was expecting Sonic Frontiers to lead that, but yeah, nice surprise.
Our players really like Kirby, and I can understand why. I did play it.
Yeah, me too.
It's a pretty good new direction for Kirby games. Very ambitious, but it works.
Yeah, it was compared to Super Mario Odyssey. I think it's quite different from that.
Yeah, it's pretty different from Odyssey, but I think it's the first time they actually try to make Kirby into a proper 3D world.
Yeah,
And it works pretty well. It's like it was always made for 3D games, even though it's the first time.
yeah, they just need to expand on that formula, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a great base to start. Sonic Frontiers is basically what I said earlier. It's also a great base to start for future Sonic games.
Right.
And they're still updating it, so for now, Sonic fans can be happy, even if it doesn't win this award.
That's true.
Sonic is back too.
Yes.
And Kirby is back. Rogue Legacy was also a pretty surprising hit from what I see. I didn't play that one, so I can't talk much about it, but I guess our voters really like it. And Klonoa is back as well.
Yeah, who would have thought that we have Klonoa, Kirby, and Sonic in 1 year?
Yeah, what a wild year.
And Tinykin is also a great open world platformer. Tried that a little bit for an hour or so. Check that out as well. Very nice art style, yeah, with the 2D characters in a 3D world. Basically like Toy Story as a game. And let's check out the next genre, which is best strategy and simulation game. Total War Warhammer 3 with 31% of the votes. Quite a tight race with Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
This one was really challenging, but there were lots of great strategy games this year.
Yeah, definitely. Dorfromantik again and Triangle Strategy as well.
I guess I didn't expect Total War to actually win, but we have a lot of Total War fans, and I mean, Warhammer is a strong IP. So,
Total War as well. It's probably the oldest of the franchises here. There are not
it's
that many franchises here, actually.
Yeah, it's all new, basically, except
Mario and Rabbids, right?
Which is a sequel.
Power Wash Simulator.
And it's a pretty good sequel, too, from what I heard.
Yeah. The only simulation here is Power Wash Simulator by Future Lab. They made the Velocity games. Which are shmups, so quite a different genre for them, but a smashing success.
I guess washing things has never been that much fun.
I'm not quite sure if I watch it. I don't think I want to play it, but I guess it has a lot of appeal there. Once you get started.
And please play Triangle Strategy, guys. Please. I appreciate everyone who voted it.
Okay. All right, let's have a look at the best fighting game. One of the closer categories again, less than 5% between the first and second one.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Between King of Fighters and Multiversus, which I guess annihilated the competition this year.
Yeah, totally.
DNF Duel was also a pretty good game, but I mean, compared to King of Fighters and Multiversus, it wasn't that much supported. Only now they announced the season pass. And they're trying to revive it, but it was pretty much like it came out and they said we have no updates planned. I don't think Arc System expected the game to do as well as it did, and they were probably surprised as well.
And Gigabash is another kaiju battle game, I think. Also a fun one.
I didn't try that one yet.
Yeah, I haven't
Sounds
played
fun.
any of these except for Multiverses with you on the
Yeah.
Gamescom stream.
Multiversus is pretty fun, and we have to consider it's still in a beta section.
Quite
I mean,
long
sure,
already.
It does, yeah. It does accept season 2 of this set beta, but technically it's still not complete. So it's still an impressive result.
Yeah. So congratulations to SNK and PlayOn for the King of Fighters 15.
And King of Fighters definitely deserves this award, honestly. It's a pretty good fighting game.
So we only have 2 categories left. Most anticipated game and game of the year. Do we want to have any bets on who's going to win the last 2 categories? Of course, I know it already. You don't. Do you want to take a guess?
Okay, so which one are we starting with?
Most anticipated game?
Oh, I guess we already know which one it wins.
Oh, no. Do you see that? No. I just wanted to check the nominees.
Yeah.
Again? Okay, let's just watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 16. Again, Final Fantasy. First 14,
Makes
then
sense.
16. Makes sense. 36%. I'm grateful of all the 9% of votes for Like a Dragon 8. And Starfield
Yeah, it's
is around the corner.
The results I expected.
Hogwarts Legacy, I would have thought it would be the second one.
I expect, yeah, maybe I expected it to be like in a third place. I thought Starfield would be a bit lower, but I mean, it's Bethesda's first real new IP. So, yeah, Skyrim in space. So I can see why people do anticipate that.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16 is also looking like an amazing game. Tears of the Kingdom, I mean, it's Breath of the Wild 2. We all know how much we love Breath of the Wild, so...
Yeah, it was already nominated in the previous years, actually, because it's been rumored or announced for a long time. Now,
yeah,
first time
they
that we
keep
actually have a
delaying it.
title, at least. Yeah. Let's see if we have it again nominated for most anticipated game next year. Let's hope not.
No, I think they won't delay it anymore.
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy, it's also one of the most anticipated ones. I see it trend a lot every time something new shows up.
Of course, it's Harry Potter. It's always gonna trend.
Yeah, it's the first new Harry Potter game in a while. And it's also looking...
Not based on a book, yeah, or a movie.
Yeah, it's original. Pretty much a prequel of the movies. Since it's very far back.
Right.
And Like a Dragon 8, Like a Dragon, which is now Yakuza is called Like a Dragon.
It's confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 7th game was...
Yakuza Like a Dragon.
yeah, it was a good surprise.
It
Makes
was.
sense
I
that people
haven't finished
would
it yet. Yeah, it's quite long. It's actually a JRPG and not an action adventure like the previous games.
It's in my backlog, and eventually I may play it.
Yeah, me too. I have it on every platform now, but I haven't finished it. Since it's also on Game Pass.
It out from Game Pass when I do get the chance to play it.
And it was
Otherwise, I'll
also
need to buy it.
added to PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium this month. Another way to play it. Okay.
Underworld play the Yakuza and Like a Dragon games.
So, Game of the Year. I'm not gonna spoil it. So, what do you
I
think?
do have a pretty good feeling based on what we've seen so far about who may win, but we shall see, I guess.
See. And it doesn't have to be one winner, maybe it's multiple winners. We had that before in 2016.
We may have surprise.
Yeah. 2016 we had 2 winners. Of course, we both know who these 2 games were in 2016. Overwatch and Uncharted 4, actually. See if we have 2 or more winners this year. Or just 1. Yeah, again, the winners are tied.
Well, we have a tie after all.
Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok. Congrats to From Software and to Santa Monica Studio. 36.4%.
I don't think anyone will have any objection there.
Yeah, equally great games.
The best 2 games of 2022, so it's well deserved.
A lot of Sony games there. We are not sponsored. I want to emphasize on that.
Are you sure about that?
Not quite sure. At this point, no.
Just a joke, in case anyone is worried.
Yeah. We do have the Switch game there as well, so it doesn't appear too much of a sponsored event. No. Yeah, pretty much what we would have forecasted there.
A pretty solid year for Sony overall.
Yeah.
A lot of great exclusives this year. And of course, From Software coming in hard with Elden Ring.
And we'll get the next From Software game already next year with Armored Core.
Yeah, I'm curious to see about how people will receive it. Like, it's not a Souls-like game. No. It's very different. But From Software now is a mainstay in the gaming world, so who knows?
Will probably be different from the previous Armored Core games.
Yeah, they already said it's not gonna be influenced by Dark Souls or whatever. It's still gonna stay an Armored Core game. So I'm very curious to see if people who may try it because of Dark Souls will like it or not.
Yeah.
It shall be interesting.
Yeah, and the studio has changed quite a lot. It grew a lot, so it will be quite a different experience than the previous games, I think. So probably also something to watch out if you haven't played any Armored Core games. I actually wonder why they don't call it Armored Core, but it's a numbered title. But they will have their reasons there. Probably story reasons.
Perhaps.
So yeah, that's it. Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok, the best games of the year. We also already have our top 5 list of the best games, or the games we enjoyed the most. Wanna start with that? With the 5th place, maybe? Or I can start with the 5th place for me is Stray.
Yeah, I guess since you gave me an assist, I guess I'll start. I can already tell you, all my games have shown up one way or another in this list. I thought they're not the most popular ones, but they're all games that people have appreciated, and I appreciated them as well. My 5th place goes to Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. I had way more fun with it than I expected. I really like this new direction for Lego games, and as a Star Wars fan, it was just a joy to see all the scenes getting joked about and these massive worlds to explore. And a way they also retell the story of all 9 movies in just a fun way that anybody can experience. I mean, obviously it can be experienced well if you already know the movies, but I can definitely see a kid or a first timer also appreciating them as well. So
yeah, and a lot of variety in the gameplay as well.
There's a lot of variety as well with its all side mission, the exploration stuff. There's a lot of new content to just enjoy. So it's really a gem. honestly.
It is, yeah, definitely. My fifth place is Stray. Quite like quite a lot the cyberpunkish game world there. The beginning was a little bit too linear for me, but then once it opens up and the characters are quite interesting there, the robot characters with actually quite humanoid features. And yeah, the ending is quite surprising. Don't want to spoil that. It's not an overly long game, but if you like adventure games, definitely check out Stray. Even if you're not into cats, it's still fun.
It's the best cat game.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we move on to our fourth place then.
Sure.
Okay, in my case, I must say my fourth place goes to Multiversus. It's not perfect, especially with some of the decisions they made lately, but I still appreciate a lot the gameplay. It's the first real rival to Smash Brothers, in my opinion. It's the first one that can actually challenge it in some way. Because other games I've tried, like Brawlhalla, but for me they never had that same feel. Multiversus tries to do things differently, and for me it works. So considering it's still in beta, it has a lot of potential, and I wanted to award it in some way. Even for maybe it's cheating because it's not complete, but
Yeah.
I mean we already nominated. I mean it won a Game Awards, the one by Killy, the best fighting game.
Yeah.
So whatever, I'm nominating it. I don't care.
It's true. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. Dorf Romantic was already in early access last year, but it came out this year, so we nominated it this year. Multiversus is actually still in beta, but we nominated it this year. Yeah, we do it in a case by
There weren't
case.
a lot of fighting games this year, so
Yeah.
even if it's beta, it works.
Yeah, it's so difficult to find 5 nominees actually for fighting games because there are 1 or 2 quite big ones and then some smaller ones in between. So my fourth place goes to The Quarry. We played that on the channel in co-op. It was very fun. Of course, the story isn't that deep, but the characters are quite funny. And yeah, you have the choice to play it quite seriously, so to speak, or just let them die and have fun. And yeah, quite enjoyed that playing with you guys. If I would have played it alone, it would probably not be in my top 5, but yeah. So we can move to the third place if you want.
Okay, let's move on to our third place. In my case, even though I'm playing it basically right now and I haven't finished it, I have no issue in giving my third place to Sonic Frontiers. I've been waiting for a good 3D Sonic game for a long while now.
Oh yeah.
And it finally happened. They're finally making a good Sonic 3D game. It's not perfect. They're updating it. There's some popping issues and whatnot, but for what I've seen so far, and it's a pretty good time. I have like already 8 hours in, so I can already speak confidently about it.
You like it more than Forces? Really?
A lot more than Forces,
Okay.
yeah. The only thing I liked about Forces was the character editor, basically.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
So that was really the nicest thing that I can say about it. This time they actually did make a good game. And it's a pretty good base to start, as I was mentioning earlier, I think, for next Sonic games. They can definitely use this kind of formula for other games as well. Maybe except of providing classic levels in between, since that they're already short. They may focus more on the 3D/open world aspect about it, but I can definitely see the developers working on that for the next games. And I really like this formula. I won't spoil as much, but I also like how they introduced the supersonic fights. They're way more interesting than they used to be in the past. So congrats, Sega and Sonic team, and thanks for actually making a good Sonic 3D game for once.
So my third place goes to F122 from Codemasters and EA Sports. It's the first full EA Sports F1 game since the beginning of the 2000s, I guess. And yeah, it improved a lot on every aspect of F1 2021. They even added some tracks later on as well. And yeah, it was fun playing F1 again this year. Unfortunately, in the beginning, of course, there are some network issues, like always, like every year. Sadly, maybe they can fix that in F1 23. But I guess they only have 12 months to develop it, so that's quite difficult.
What do you think has improved compared to the previous one, since you're a big F1 fan?
Well, they added quite a lot of tracks with Miami and Cheddar, I think, and Portimao came later on. So I like the variety in tracks. And I guess they removed the story mode, but it wasn't that fun anyway. Yeah, overall, it's just nice that you have the 2-player career mode now. Last year we played on the channel the tournament mode, but now we have the actual career mode that you can play in 2-player. So you can pimp up your team and also switch teams. Unfortunately, there was also a bug that my teammate left Ferrari and went to Haas for some reason, even though he didn't really select that. So suddenly we weren't teammates anymore. Hopefully they fixed that. I actually sent them that, so let's hope. But yeah, hoping they will improve that mode next year. And yeah, my 3rd place this year. What was your 2nd place? Maybe I can show some trailers as well, so it will be more interesting.
Okay, my 2nd place has to go to Legends Pokemon Arceus. I kind of mentioned this already, but it's the most fun I've had with a Pokemon game since the Black and White games. And I like that they're trying to do actually something unique with it, because it's not just about, catching Pokemon, fights and whatever. But you also have those tasks. There's a setting which is set in the past. You can to explore
Welcome,
sort of the
trainers.
lore.
Thanks for
behind
joining us
the
today for a preview of the
Pokemon
upcoming
setting.
game, Pokemon
And
Legends Arceus.
It's very entertaining. I could see myself catching more and more of the same Pokemon just because I wanted to. It was pretty fast. There's a lot of good things they did, which I'm sort of disappointed they kind of removed in Scarlet and Violet, going back to the same mode formula. And I really hope they actually, we didn't mention this, but I really hope they actually make a new Legends game.
Yeah.
I could see them going, I don't know, maybe Celebi or Mew. That would work.
Yeah, Mew would be fun, yeah. For all the veterans who haven't played any Pokemon games since the Game Boy.
It's basically Generation 2 and 1. Arceus was Generation 4. Sinnoh,
Okay.
which is called here Isui since it's based on the past. They didn't already have the Sinnoh name in place. This is also an interesting thing. You get to see how the Sinnoh name a game to be, basically.
So
They never specifically called the region Sinnoh, but
I'm not that deep into it like you, because the last game I properly
Yeah,
played
for people
before
like me
Scarlet
who
and
are
Violet
a
was
lot
Silver
into-
actually. So just that you know, it's been quite a while.
For people like me who are a lot into Pokemon, this was really a pleasant surprise.
An epiphany. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Scarlet and Violet had a pretty good story. I really liked a lot of the story. And overall, even for it's technically flawed, it's still fun. But between the two, I think Legends Arceus did things better. So, and it's more unique. So I wanted to. I appreciated a lot that they actually tried to do something different and that can work as a standalone game based on Scarlet and Violet, which is divided in two once again with its tiny differences. This time it's a single game.
Okay.
You can complete it without help by your friends, basically. So that was also nice. And it's why I am also glad it won the On To Go. I think it was Legends Arceus that won the On To Go award,
Yeah, it was.
right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, because of that it works best, because you don't actually need other people. You can play it whenever you want and you can do everything you need to do. put it down and go back to it. Like it just works.
Okay, so my second place is Immortality. Let's check that out as well. So yeah, your goal is to find out what happened to Marissa Tomei, who we see here. You skip through they actually shot 3 different movies from 3 different eras.
It should be Marcel because Tomei is another actress. You know?
Oh, sorry, yeah, it is Marcel.
I thought it was a joke.
Didn't even notice it, no, sorry. So yeah, it's not quite, if you're, yeah, how should I put it out? You need to have a strong nerf costume for that one. Hidden frames, it's difficult to give out anything here, because if you know the spin to the game, it's pretty much ruined.
Yeah, it's hard to explain it without ruining it.
But you have those different scenes that you unlock throughout the game, and you can click on any or almost any object, and then you unlock a new scene. For example, if you click on the light bulb there, you will have a new scene with a light bulb. And yeah, and you can also fast forward or rewind. That is also very important to play around with it. And yeah, it's a pretty gruesome conclusion and very well played from the actors and actresses. A very nice soundtrack as well. So yeah, that was my second place of the year.
They did a great job.
They did. I hope the 3 movies that you see here actually get released. No ads, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
because it's also on Netflix. Yeah, if you're subscribed, so.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. It's on Netflix. It's almost on everything apart from PlayStation, but probably coming to PlayStation Plus in January. Who knows? They're going everywhere. What is your game of the year?
Okay, it's a big moment. my game of the year. Again, there was basically no competition for me personally. It's Triangle Strategy. It's basically the heir to Final Fantasy Tactics we all dreamed and were hoping about. I also heard recently that it managed to sell 1 million copies, which for a new IP, which is a strategy game, is massive. Like, these are niche games. They don't never expect to sell that many copies, and yet here we are in less than a year, so I'm very happy about that. It has a solid gameplay. You can see right there in the trailer, it has the HD to the graphic style they used in Octopath Traveler as well. And Live Alive, which is also a pretty good remake they did this year. But I still need to play it, so it's not on my list, unfortunately. Eventually I will play it too. But yeah, going on to Triangle Strategy, that's this great story, which has your own decisions which may influence which levels you play and even the ending you may get, depending on which decisions you make. And it also has these characters which are pretty unique and still fun to interact with, and a very, very good gameplay, and which is also challenging. And an engaging story, and most of all for me, it has an amazing soundtrack as well. Like, if you listen to some of its tracks, for me it's criminally underrated, and it deserved more awards than it did. I'm not speaking about this in general. I meant in general because the Game Awards basically acted like Triangle Strategy never even existed in some in some awards. That kind of drove me bad. I have to admit that, but. It's a niche game. I can understand that not many people may have played it, but I'm here to tell you, please give this game a chance. I think it also released on PC by now. It was a Switch exclusive, but
yeah, I think so too.
It should also be on PC by now. So yeah, if you like strategy games, I mean, if you play games like Fire Emblem, or I mentioned Final Fantasy Tactics, which is basically, this one is basically a sequel, not a sequel, but a spiritual successor. I mean, yeah, you'll probably want to give this game a chance. And please do, actually.
Yeah, it came out in October for PC, and it's currently 40% off on Steam as well.
Yeah. You have no excuses to not buy it, basically.
And we're not sponsored.
Well, we're not sponsored, but I wish I was, basically. And yeah, I guess that's it for me.
Okay.
There were really no doubts about it.
Yeah.
And Switch also helped a lot because playing this while just resting in bed was the best experience I could have, honestly.
Oh yeah, that sounds.
It's
really
just
fitting.
very relaxing. You can enjoy the story quite well with a set of headphones. Like, it's a bonus for me, but those little things that make this a very pleasant experience. So, what's your best game of the year?
It's not that relaxing. It's more of an action adventure. There was also
my game wasn't
nominated.
relaxing as well, but it has this moment with its story. Like, it's a
of
50-50, we should say.
Yeah, it's quite similar to the game that is my game of the year, which is a 3D action adventure starring Hugo and Amicia. It is a sequel to A Plague Tale Innocence. Almost slipped there. It's A Plague Tale Requiem, which I have to load up. Yeah, I haven't even finished it yet.
This year sorry, I had to make a joke. This year we had a cat game and a rat game.
That's true.
Okay, move on. Sorry.
That's all good. So yeah, I'm still on chapter 9. It feels like it is the end of the game, but actually it's a half of the game. So it's a double in length from the first game. It improved on every aspect. The stealth gameplay is better. The combat is fun. The story is engaging. You have a lot to explore. Not quite as much as I would want to, but it's not an open world action adventure game like God of War. And yeah, the rats are very scary. You have new abilities. You can actually control the rats in new ways. And Hugo has a much bigger role in this one, thankfully, and he's not annoying like other children in video games. So,
the course of children in video games.
The first escort mission game that actually is fun. Unlike Resident Evil 4, for example, which we'll see next year again.
Hopefully it's improved by then.
Definitely check it out. It's on Game Pass. Yeah, let's hope it improves. But it's the same game.
Day one on Game Pass, so again, you may as well try it.
Right.
What do you have to lose?
And you don't know when it will be. Of course, they announce it when it will be leaving, but probably just 2 weeks before.
Yeah,
maybe that's not
Game
enough
Pass
to beat that
usually
game.
Announces games when they're leaving about 2 weeks before they do.
Yeah, definitely try it if you liked the first game. Can just highly recommend it. Looking forward to seeing the ending, but from what I've heard, it's pretty downer. So I
kind of spoiled myself already on
okay.
it, and yeah, I won't say anything, but prepare yourself.
Hopefully that launch trailer won't spoil me as well, because I haven't watched it before. Okay, it doesn't.
No, I don't think it will.
It didn't. Okay, awesome. So those were our games of the year. Of course, the other editors will unveil theirs on our blog post on XTgamer.net. Also check out our advent calendar. We have today for Nintendo Switch. What was it? Sam & Max. What was the subtitle of the game? There are too many Sam & Max games. Sam & Max Save the World, actually. The first game. Which came to Switch as a remastered version. Check that out here in a review that is not ours, so let's hope all is fine here. And yeah, we also have a PS5 and PS4 game tomorrow. I won't be spoiling it because it's an advent calendar. You should find out on midnight, so in about 2 hours if you watch this now live. It might be in our Game of the Year category, so check that out if you want to win that. Good luck. And thank you for watching. Thanks, Francesco, for joining me. A lot of great games this year. Still a lot that we have to play.
Yeah, you may have noticed we didn't add The Ring or God of War Ragnarok. Please don't crucify us. We just didn't play them yet.
Yeah. We didn't play the most obvious ones, but play Triangle Strategy if you
please do.
Have to take...
And a Plague Tale Requiem.
Yeah, if you want to take away something from this stream, play those 2 games. Then you're good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time and maybe next year. Have a nice new year.
And great holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and see you next time.
Yeah, and maybe let's check out together the winners of this year.
gorilla. Fuck all your feelings. I'm on the ceiling, looking down on you, just chilling. I'm making millions while you're dreaming and twitching. You had a bad dream instead of dealing with business. I'm on that real shit. I woke up living. Peace on Mojado, I got my skates on, no slipping. Catching them digits, never nervous, no fidget. They call me loco, I go gorilla, gorilla, go. Pound my chest and I beat my heart. If you coming at me, then you're trying to start a war. There ain't no law when the gloves come off. I could go so hard, I go gorilla, gorilla.